old hag! When the hell are you going to move out? I'm sick and tired of living under the same roof as you. I don't want to have to see your ugly face every day. It's unbearable.
What do you want now, Mia? Don't you think you're being a little rude to me? You're an adult. People expect you to have some manners.
You're one to talk. You don't have any manners yourself. I know that you only married my father for his money.
What in the world are you talking about? Where did you get a crazy idea like that? You shouldn't make such accusations without any proof. By the way, are you eating at home tonight?
There's no way that I'm eating any food that you prepared.
Okay, whatever. I wasn't planning on cooking for you in the first place. You never share your plans with me, so it's hard for me to prepare meals for you. You need to study for your college entrance exams. Shouldn't you be at home preparing?
You're not my mother. Don't tell me what to do. I don't respect you, and I never will. When I was younger, I stupidly thought that you were my mother, but not anymore.
What changed? You used to be so loving and adorable. I miss the old you. I've only been living with you for 5 years, but you've changed a lot in this time. When I first met you, you were only 12. You were such a sweet little girl.
You stole my father's money. He's broke because of you.
I did no such thing.
He's asking me to get a job and earn some money to help him out. This is all your fault. You spend all of his money. My father tells me that he doesn't have enough money to pay for my school. He should have never married you. You ruined our lives. And I'm not going to forgive you. Ever.
I don't know what your father told you, but I certainly didn't marry him for his money, I assure you. If I wanted to marry for money, I would have found someone wealthier. You actually don't know how much I do for this family. I'm not the enemy here.
You can't fool me. I know you're the one that bankrupted us. My father told me not to believe your lies. We're not even related. Of course I would believe my father over you. I want you to move out of our house and stay out of our lives.
I can't believe that your father would call me a liar. That's very hurtful. You shouldn't be blaming me for any of this. I'm on your side here. You shouldn't take me for granted.
Why in the world would I believe the garbage coming out of your mouth?
Fine, then talk to your father. There's no point in us talking if you're not going to believe a word that I say. What were you thinking? How could you do this to me?
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, I'm broke. Did you leave money for me at the house like I asked you to?
I told you over and over again that I can't let you spend our money so carelessly. That's why I didn't leave you any money at the house.
What am I supposed to do with no money, though?
You need to be more careful with your spending. This is all your fault.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm mad at you because you told your daughter that I stole all of your money, which is completely untrue. How could you say that when I'm the one paying for everything? Mia thinks it's my fault that we're not able to pay for her tuition. She's also angry with me because she needs to get a job to pay for her living expenses.
She's going to be a college student soon, and it's about time she learned to earn some money. She's already been accepted into a college, which means that she's not busy studying anymore.
It just sounds like you're going to make her work and that you'll use her money yourself. I mean, that's what you're doing with me. Mia is your daughter. You should be the one taking care of her, not the other way around.
Shut up! You don't need to lecture me about how to raise my daughter. I need some money. We're married. As my wife, you should give it to me.
You act like I'm a complete stranger to Mia, but I've been raising her all these years too. You're being very unfair. Have it your way then. I don't care anymore. I'll just think about myself from now on.
I don't understand why you're getting so upset with me. Just give me the money that I need, and I'll leave you alone. I need to be somewhere early tomorrow morning, so I need the money before then.
Okay, whatever. I need to go now.
My father and I don't want you to live with us anymore. Pack your bags and leave, bitch.
What did you just call me, Mia? You need to watch the filthy words coming out of your mouth.
You're my stepmother. I don't have to listen to a thing you say. We don't need you in our lives anymore. I don't want to see you ever again.
I can't believe that you're doing this to me after all that I've done for you and your father. I'm the one who's been providing all the money for this family all these years. I guess your father failed to mention that.
I filed the divorce papers.
What?
So there's no reason for you to continue to live with us. You're no longer welcome at our house.
I never imagined that my 18-year-old stepdaughter would do something so outrageous.
I don't need a stepmom that's gonna live off of my father's money.
I have a decent job, you know. What kind of lies has your father been feeding you?
You used up all of my father's money and he's broke because of you. How could you do that to your own husband? I might not even be able to afford college now because of what you did. I never want to see your ugly face again.
What did I ever do to you? I'm the one that's been taking care of our family. You're going to regret kicking me out like this. I guess your father was taking all the credit. I'll leave you alone as you wish. Goodbye, Mia.
I wish that my father had never met you. You took 5 good years away from us. You were only after his money. You never loved either of us. Have a nice life without us. Goodbye!
I will. Your father is the one that's going to have trouble living without me.
How could you say that? One vicious lie after the other.
I guess the divorce papers that we had signed previously came in handy. I can now get rid of your lousy father.
We're ecstatic to have you out of our lives.
Let me just tell you the truth before I go.
You mean more lies?
Your father is the one that's unemployed. I have a job that pays me well. He's the one that's been using me for my money. He uses my hard-earned money to buy himself whatever he wants. But I put up with it because he was my husband.
I can't believe that you're trying to blame all this on my father. You're evil. My father would never be so irresponsible. You don't want to take the blame for your failed marriage, so you're trying to make my father look like the bad guy.
You just don't seem to understand that your father has been lying to you this entire time. I feel sorry for you. It's not your fault that your father is the way that he is. I've actually been wanting to leave him for a long time, so you did me a favor by filing those divorce papers.
I see. I'm glad it worked out for the both of us then. I thought that you'd be begging my father to take you back. You're not as desperate as I thought.
Actually, I fell out of love with your father a long time ago, especially when I realized how irresponsible he was with his spending. I asked for a divorce many times in the past, but he was the one who didn't want to get divorced. It makes sense, seeing as he was living off of my money. I actually hired a divorce lawyer recently. Thank you for helping me get divorced. I've been waiting for this day for such a long time.
I had no idea that you had a divorce lawyer. I always thought that my father was the one that wanted to leave you. Aren't you the one that's living off of my father's money?
It looks like your father deceived you well. Now that I'm no longer married to your father, I have no obligation to financially support either of you. The mortgage was under my name, but I transferred it to your father's name, seeing that I won't be living with you two anymore. You and your father will be responsible for paying the remaining mortgage.
I had no idea that you were the one paying for it in the first place. This must be your sick idea of a joke.
You don't need to believe me. I don't care, and it doesn't concern me. Your father will be up to his eyes in bills. I wish you both the best of luck.
I'm sure that my father will have no issues in paying the bills now that you're out of his life. I mean, you're the one that spent all of his money in the first place.
Your father is unemployed and addicted to gambling. I'm fairly certain that he won't be able to pay his bills.
So, you're not making all this up?
Talk to your father if you don't believe me. I'll pack up my things and move out just like you wanted me to. Thanks again for filing those divorce papers. I'm not sure how long you'll be able to continue living in the house. The mortgage payments are not cheap.
You don't need to worry about us. I have my father to protect me.
Believe what you want, but your house will be taken from you if you can't pay the mortgage. Enjoy life with your father.
I don't understand why he ever married you. I'm glad to have you out of our lives.
I only stayed with your father because I was worried about you. If I really wanted to, I could have divorced him, but I thought that you and I were on good terms. I was worried about what would happen to you if I left your father.
So, you're saying that you stayed married to my father for me?
I didn't want your father to ruin your life. But then you turned on me and kicked me out, so I have no intention of helping you anymore. I considered paying your tuition at the very least, but I don't even want to do that after the way you treated me.
I had no idea that you were paying my tuition.
Well, now you know. I paid for all your school-related expenses. I even paid for your cram school. I was even ready to pay for your college education.
So, my father didn't pay any of it? What was he doing this entire time?
He was gambling all of my money away. He also liked to go drinking with his friends.
My father isn't like that at all.
If you say so. I'm going to go now. I wish that things hadn't ended up so badly between us, but it did, and I have to accept that and move on.
Well, this isn't the ending that I wanted either. We used to get along. My father tricked me. This isn't my fault. I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't think that my father is the monster that you describe him to be.
I can understand why you want to see the best in your parents. It was the same for me. But my parents were lousy, and I came to accept that eventually. That's why I was so keen on helping you. I never thought you'd treat me like this, though. You don't deserve my help. Goodbye, Mia. Let's go back to being strangers.
Please don't say that. Why don't we all sit down and talk about this? I'll come home this evening, so let's sort this out together.
It's too late for that, Mia.
Why not? I finally know the truth about my father.
Your father and I are divorced now. There's nothing left to talk about. I think you should start worrying about how you're going to pay for your college tuition now that you don't have me to rely on.
What are you saying?
If you still want to go to college, you're going to have to earn the money yourself or ask your father to help you out. Although, I wouldn't count on your father for the money.
So, you're saying that I won't be able to go to college unless I find a way to pay for it?
That's right. I was already working at your age, so I'm sure that it won't be difficult for you either. I paid for my own tuition. Good luck with everything. It might be tough at first because you've never had to work for anything in your life.
So you're just gonna leave me to deal with this all on my own then? I thought that you were nicer than this.
I can say the same about you. I've contributed to your family for over 5 years now. I've done my part. Now it's your turn. You should be thanking me if anything. You're the one that kicked me out. Deal with it. Good luck taking care of your lousy father. True to her word, Melanie packed up her things and moved out of the house, leaving Mia alone with her father. Mia never saw Melanie again. Mia asked her father for his help in paying her college tuition, but he laughed in her face. Her father was furious with Mia for filing the divorce papers without his permission. Mia had no choice but to get a job, and she gave up her dreams of going to college. Things got so bad for Mia that she ended up leaving her final year of high school. Mia regretted not believing Melanie and had wished she had treated Melanie better. Now, Mia's living in a shitty apartment with her good-for-nothing father. Mia goes to work every day wondering why she had made so many mistakes in her life. Melanie is enjoying being single again and is stress-free because she doesn't have to worry about her ex-husband taking money from her anymore.